It's time to turn your life-challenging moments into life-changing messages. Welcome to the Power Lift Stories podcast, where we are interviewing women whose stories will leave you lifted up, fired up, and fueled up with hope, courage, and inspiration. We want to thank our sponsor, Powerful Journey, who helps women tell their stories, write their books, and building a profitable brand around both. Join the masterclass or the Speakers Academy at phyllisjenkins.com. That is PhyllisJenkins.com. Now here's your host, Phyllis Jenkins.
Hello and welcome back to the Power Lift Stories podcast. We are super excited to have you. This is a podcast where we interview women who have turned their life challenges into life-changing messages, messages of hope, messages of inspiration, messages of encouragement that will help you not only to survive, but help you to thrive as well. And before we get into our interview today, let me just ask you, have you registered for the Powerful Journey Women's Conference, which is April 20th of this year? If you haven't registered, make sure that you do. The registration link will be in the show notes below, and you can register to attend in person, or you can register to watch us virtually. Our theme again this year is You Know My Name, but You Don't Know My Story. And we have some amazing stories that will come forth on that day. But now let's just jump right into our interview. I want to welcome today Donisia Forrester. Hello, Donisia.
Hello.
It is so good to see you. Donisia was one of our authors that we presented at our 2020 Powerful Journey Women's Conference. And I will introduce Donisia, and then she will share with you about her book, and we'll go right into our interview. Donisia Forrester is an energetic and captivated speaker who motivates her audience to live life purposefully. Her urban delivery style leaves people feeling enlightened, encouraged, enriched, and entertained. One unique quality about Donisia's message is that she communicates in a holistic manner, meaning that she strives to engage her audience, spirit, soul, and body. In doing so, she connects all aspects of her listeners. Her aim is to leave each person in the audience with wisdom to apply in their daily lives. She holds a bachelor's degree in accounting, a master's degree in business administration, and a PhD in common sense. I love that. She is married to her college sweetheart for 28 years, and along with her husband, they have reared 3 beautiful children whom they homeschooled. She homeschooled for collectively over 20 years. Oh my goodness. Congratulations to you on that. Her vision is to empower others to become independent thinkers and maximize their purpose in life through her engaging discussions. To live life well is to live life purposefully. Donisia, welcome.
Thank you.
Well, it has been a joy getting to know you, to have you in the class. As I mentioned, you are one of our 2020th graduates of the Authors Academy. And what I'd like for you to do now is to share with our audience the why behind writing your book, show the cover of your book, the title of your book, and let's dig in.
Okay, the cover of my book is Don't Believe the Chatter. I wrote this book because at the time I was competing in Toastmasters. Every year, Toastmasters give a competition to go internationally with your message. And I came up with this because my chatter was defeating me. So after I did a round of competition with Toastmasters, I came in third place in the division, and I could not go any further. However, I did not want the message to die. Therefore, I wrote it. I put it in pen and put it in a book because I felt as if I were dealing with chatter, other people are dealing with chatter. So therefore, I wanted the message to live on, to stay in front of other people, to help them deal with their chatter.
I love that, Donisia. And I just want to iterate what she said. She did not want her message to die. Many of you have heard me say, don't take your story to the grave. And when Donisia had gone as far as she could go with Toastmasters with her message, she went further. She's like, I am not stopping here. We are going to publish this and allow it to go from generation to generation and continue to spread her message. Now, Donisia, I want you to hold your book up again, and because we couldn't see all of it. Okay, there you are. Explain the keep holding it up and explain why you chose the picture that's on your book.
I chose the picture because there are words. For example, unfit, insignificant, failure, disrespect, careless. These are some of the words, and there are other words we tell ourselves. And we are defeated by these words. Words are powerful. They're just not mere symbols that we look at or we think about. Words are very powerful because they can shape or break your life. And for this book, I chose these negative words that sometimes we tell ourselves and much worse. And not only we tell ourselves these things, we begin to believe those things about ourselves. And that's not good. So that was the purpose of the message. Identifying that chatter and replacing it with the truth.
I love that. Identifying the chatter that we tell ourselves, and then replacing it. It's not just enough to identify it, but to replace it with the truth. So, Donisia, if you would give an overview of your book's message. I don't know if you want to share what the table of contents are, but just share an overview, if you would, of your book's message.
I used Bible illustrations. For example, David had his own chatter. He was king, yet, however, he succumbed to a woman named Bathsheba. What he did, and he had a man killed because his chatter controlled him instead of he controlling his chatter. The chatter mastered David, and David, in the end, not only his chatter impacted him, but other people for generations to come. I also used Hitler. Hitler convinced other people to do what they did to the Jews. How in the world one man could convince a nation of people to destroy or try to get rid of another group of people? It was the lies. Chatter is powerful. And I go in through illustrations. I use Jim Jones, another person. And the outcome of that chatter was other people was hurt. Other people were hurt by the chatter because things were implemented to take out people. See, negative chatter does not stop with the individual. It lives on through other people. So chatter is not self-contained. Other people are impacted by
Wow.
your chatter.
Wow. What a powerful message. Powerful message. Not only is the chatter that we tell ourselves affecting us, it affects others as well. And wow, what a powerful, powerful message. I remember you standing on stage at the Powerful Women's Conference in 2020, Donisia. And I'm moving now into our last question in the interview. As you stood on stage, there was a room full of women and men that were there. And when you finished your message, you received a standing ovation. And now, as we ended the conference, everyone prepared to go back to their cars, to their vehicles, to their homes. And you are packing up and preparing to go back as well. Donisia, what are 3 main points that you hope every person walked away with?
I wanted them to know that you do not have to be a slave to your chatter, that you can overcome that. You are the gatekeeper of anything that comes into your mind. You're the gatekeeper. You give it power. You can tell whatever thoughts to go wherever. You don't have to meditate on those thoughts. Number 2, you can control your own chatter. No matter what anybody else say about you, is what you say to yourself matters the most. And number 3, that I want my people to know, the people to know that if you don't master your chatter, it will eventually master you. And it's a cruel taskmaster. It's cruel. And that's what I wanted the people to know, that there is freedom. You don't have to be a slave to chatter. You could be free. And the byproduct of freedom is you need to know, if you know the truth will set you free. Wherever you're not free, it's you have not mastered, or you have not aligned yourself with the truth. Because there is freedom in knowing the truth.
Amen. Very well said. Thank you so much. Donisia, how can our audience purchase your book, and how can they connect with you?
You can purchase my book, Don't Believe the Chatter, through Amazon. It's on Amazon. Also, you can connect with me at donisiaspeaks.com. Let me spell it. DONISIA speaks, SPEAKS.com. One word.
Very good. And we will have that information in the show notes as well. Donisia, thank you so much for being with us today. Your message is powerful. Your book has a message that will resonate with people forever, because we all have that chatter. And I want to say thank you personally to you for not allowing your message to die, but putting it into a book so that others can be blessed by it, can be freed by it, and can pass it on to others. So thank you again for being here today. And to you, our audience, we thank you for being here, and we look forward to seeing you back next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today. If you are interested in being on the show, go to phyllisjenkins.com. You can also sign up for the Powerful Journey Masterclass or the Speakers Academy at phyllisjenkins.com.